Hi Stampers! Today we're going to make my December thank you notes, and this one uses Concord Crush, Old Olive, Cherry Cobbler, and Bashful Blue. And then these snowflakes are your FSM tokens for the month of December. You collect one for every $50 you spend with me, and then once you collect 10, you'll get a free stamp set. Now these snowflakes are from the decorative strip called Northern Frost, and let me show you what you need to use with this strip here. You're going to need the platform, which looks like this, and then the cutting pads, and they're both sold separately, but you get the 2 cutting pads when you purchase those in the set. So to make the sandwich, you're going to lay the platform down, and then the cutting pad, and then you'll lay the decorative strip, the snowflakes, the Northern Frost, then you'll lay your piece of cardstock down, and then you'll lay your last cutting plate down. So then that's it. Then you would send that through the big shop. I did the snowflakes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and make the Concord Crush one today. Okay, so for your layers, you're going to use the Whisper White, and this is cut at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then the Concord Crush is cut at 3 by 6, and you're going to score it at 3. This is going to make your little note card. Okay, so first we're going to go ahead and stamp our image. Greeting, I'm using the stamp for the holidays, and there's 4 greetings in the stamp set. So each one of my thank you notes will have a different greeting, but they'll all have the snowflake in different colors. So we're going to use the Season's Greetings. I went ahead and stamped the 4 greetings already on a piece of vellum cardstock, and here's the Season's Greetings that we're going to use. Okay, so first we're just going to line this piece of vellum cardstock over top of the white, and I'm just going to center that right in the center. And then I'm going to grab my Stampin'-Up, put that right in the corner there, and remove that piece of vellum cardstock. And then I'm going to take my black StazOn, and I'm going to ink that image up. I'm going to put that right in the corner there and stamp straight down. Okay? Okay, so then for the snowflake, we're using the Serene Snowflakes. And I already went ahead and stamped the image on a piece of vellum cardstock also. We're going to use this big snowflake. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our embossing buddy, and we're going to go over that piece of Whisper White to prevent the static. And then take your vellum or your Stampin'-Up image, and I'm going to center that right over top of that greeting. Like that. Take my Stampin'-Up, and then I'm going to take my Versamark ink pad, ink that image up with the snowflake. Okay, then I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to stamp straight down. Okay, you're not going to be able to see the image very good, but once we emboss it and I put some ink to it, you'll be able to see it. Okay, so let me go ahead and move this stuff out of the way. Okay, so I got my clear embossing powder right here, and I'm going to take the image, and I'm just going to cover that Versamark image with the powder. Okay, so it looks like that. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and heat set that with the heat tool. So pardon the noise. Okay, so then once we get the image embossed, I don't think that's going to pick up on the video, but we'll see. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and add our ink to the image. So before we add the ink, I'm just going to go ahead and lay a piece of scrap paper down first. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use the Concord Crush with the sponge, and we're just going to apply a heavy coat of ink over top of this whole image here. The more color you add, the more the image is going to pop up underneath. Okay, so then after you apply your ink, you're going to grab a tissue, and you're just going to go over top of that embossed image so that Season's Greeting shows through, and then this white underneath for the snowflake. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and adhere this to the Concord Crush cardstock. Okay, so then the next part is we're going to take the shimmer paint, and I'm just going to go ahead and spray this card. And this is just a shimmer paint mixed with the alcohol. I have a video on this, so if you look in my video gallery, it's right there. Okay, so then the final step, we're just going to add some glitter to the two center parts right here. Add the two-way glue pen to there and there. And then just add some dazzling diamonds. And that's it. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so here's the Concord Crush. It says Season's Greetings. And then the Happy Holidays, which is the Old Olive. The Bashful Blue is the Peace on Earth. And then the Cherry Cobbler is the Merry Christmas. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you later. Bye!